And I dropped my ward. I asked him if he was going to take this, like if I needed to be here for it, and he said no. So then I walk up over here. I can speed this up.
Yeah, 2 times is fine. Um, yeah, you're sitting here for way too long. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
tried to
not like
bait
you're
him
gonna
over.
die, but
Yeah, I tried to bait him over, and
I mean, Warwick probably could have taken the buff, honestly. I think you just have to exit the safe way. But honestly, if you had grasp, I think you probably win the trade though. The more scary part is like um just not knowing where the enemy team is. Obviously, it's very likely that at what you walked in at 115, it's probably gonna only be Mordekaiser. Nah, I've talked
yeah,
myself into it. Never mind. I think it's fine. If you have correct runes, honestly, it's not that bad.
I thought it would be fun. Like,
Did you take Doran's shield as well?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Eh. I think the wrong runes make it worse. I think if you had right runes, I'm not too bothered, honestly.
I figured it's fine because I have Warwick right here in case anything like really bad happens. Like I figured he would just like it would just be Mord here, and it turned out that it would be him, that it is him. So I'm like, if this fight goes too long, then like Warwick's right here to do something.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, that's I would never walk here if it was just me up here by myself. Like, and the
Yeah.
jungler was
I
just like
think
chilling.
I think when you saw her place that ward, right? On the
I saw, yeah, we saw this the whole
okay,
time.
yeah, and so you don't want to walk that way. Ah, it's
Yeah.
fine. That's all right. I
Um.
don't hate it.
So yeah. All right, but the let me slow down here.
Okay, so first wave, yeah, I mean, you only want to auto minions behind minions against Mordekaiser, and when he goes to Q, you should Q him. So, your Q gives you extended range on your auto attack, right?
Yeah,
Um, so when he goes, I mean, the first thing is you're taking a crit Q because there's no second target, so it crits
I was
you.
isolated.
Yeah, you're isolated, right? So that's pretty bad. Um,
Hmm.
But the other part is you didn't get a trade back onto him when he puts himself in place when he goes for this Q, right? So
Yeah.
you can just click forward one time and drop your own Q on his face, and then and I don't know if this is true in this instance, right? But I'm saying in general, like if he pulls back to Q you and you're not isolated, and you can't sidestep it, just click forward and at least get a Q onto him.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, okay. The other thing about Mord Q is when you're sidestepping it, you should actually click forward and either to the right or the left because if you look at the hitbox, it
I
gets
can't get up it like
it
here.
doesn't get smaller outwards, right? It gets smaller if you actually go towards him, right?
Hmm.
So dodging back, you're not actually gonna dodge it. You have to click forward, either to the right or to the left. It doesn't really matter. It matters where you are when he throws it, right? Because you're probably not actually gonna be in the middle. Um, um, but normally you're either walking forward to the right or left. Sometimes he misses it so bad that you can just walk to the side, but clicking backwards is normally incorrect. It's not to say that there's never a moment where it's correct, but right, just more like just most of the time probably wouldn't.
So would you say it's like Aatrox, like when you just want to go towards him when he starts his cues?
Um, no, well, I don't really think that about Aatrox. Because with Aatrox it depends, and it depends a lot on like the champion and everything. With Mordekaiser it doesn't depend. Um, like Aatrox is a very conditional champion because his Q is complicated. He has a huge matchup sheet on how it goes, and like Mordekaiser is simple. Mordekaiser is a juggernaut. Um, like I don't know, like Yorick's a juggernaut or Darius, Garen,
Yeah.
Set. They haven't really got a lot going on, and their matchups are all a lot simpler and more streamlined. So I don't really think like Aatrox is comparable. This is just like Mordekaiser information only.
Okay. So do you think, like, when we get like when minions come to lane here, I should just walk because I exited through here, right?
Yeah.
I should just walk like further back through the range and then walk up to the
Well,
melees
you can
here.
just walk behind the melees, and if he goes to throw a Q, walk up and tap him with yours, right? Um,
Yeah.
and it'd be great if you could sidestep it while still getting in range to land your return damage onto him. But even if you can't, it's still fine because your Q heals you and it does a very decent amount of damage. So it wouldn't be the end of the world even if you got hit by it. But clicking backwards, you don't get any return damage, and you're never gonna dodge it that way. So it's just double bad.
Yeah. And with instead like if I had grasp, then I'd probably get a better short trade.
Um, yeah, because you were autoing the minion for long enough, you would have had a grass stack at that point. So in that instance, yes. Well, and you would also have second wind. So yeah.
Do I go to just like he just queued and walked at me? Do I just hit him here? Like he missed, so he doesn't get a passive stack.
Yeah.
Should I just trade with him?
I think with your, yeah, I mean, you should definitely at least go for a Q, right? I don't know if like you're really walking this guy down. Oh, you should definitely go for a Q. Okay, yeah, right. And if you queued him on the last one, okay, fit in the auto, that's good. You can walk up again and retake space here. Like you can click forward a little bit. You can still definitely be looking to get level 2, but clicking forward to try and get him off the wave so you can like definitively hit 2 first wouldn't be bad there. Um, God, you're gonna have to like you're gonna have to go back and like slow it down so I can get all these notes in.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll just go.
So when was the first miscue on the timer? Was it 145? Because this one
Let me go.
hit, right? So
So he's about to
yeah,
queue.
this one hits, but I wasn't talking about this one. So when's the one that he misses, right? Like 150? Okay. But you use your
That
Q on
one.
a minion. Ah, is what it is.
Yeah, I forget that they changed it so you don't have to last hit with Q. You still get the fucking
Yeah, you still get
ghoul.
the ghoul or the I
Yeah.
guess it's like a gravestone first, right?
Yeah. So like I don't have to be like focusing Q on just last hitting. So then here he's trying to. And then you said walk at him to retake some space, so I get level 2 first.
Yeah, I think it's just you want to make sure that you get it first, right? Because he wastes his CD. I don't think he wants to eat another Q of yours because it does a pretty decent amount of damage.
Yeah. Now that I'm like, because
And
after
with
he
your
did this whole.
ghouls, like if you keep your ghouls alive as well, they can help you secure the level 2, but the most important thing, right, is that you just don't want him to kill like a singular melee before you can get a singular melee, right? Um,
Yeah.
and like you're definitely able to get a good chunk on him. The important thing is just not walk up too far, right? You don't want to take too much damage from his minions or isolate yourself and then eat a Q, because then you would lose all the advantage that you've gained at this point. But you can still take a conservative amount of space, um, and make sure that he misses out on level 2 first, or even at like a comparable time to you. And then when you get it first, you can take a more aggressive amount of space and kind of get in there more.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like I'm noticing here, like after, like I took the first Q here, right? And I lost the trade because I didn't get anything else out of it. And then he misses a couple Qs, and then I'm able to get a Q in and an auto on him. I'm back to it's basically back to even at that point, so I could press forward here, I think.
Yeah, just keep the trade short. You don't really win an all in. I mean, that's the other part of why you should have taken grass, right? Like, you could have
Yeah.
gotten 3, maybe 4 grass stacks on him at this point. You would have also had second win. You'd be up more HP. He would be down more HP, and you only want to take short trades anyway. I mean, that E was dodgeable. Is what it is. You didn't. You should at least get your E and Q on him here. It's pointless to not to, right? Because, well, just click on your champ, actually, first things first. On, like, the... Yeah. Well, if you click it twice in the top left, it'll also put the camera on you.
Where's that?
Go to the top left of the... Yeah. So, like, you see your
Oh,
profile. Click it
yeah,
a
okay.
couple more times. There you go. So... Yeah, it's on you. So you see in the bottom left how now it says Yorick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so yeah, E and Q gotta go on this guy now. He uses CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ah. Yeah, wrong order. So, if you E and then Q, you get the empowered. So your E makes you do more damage. It's a percentage. So, uh, yeah, where's it at? So armor shreds, and then it should also give you movement speed and make you do more damage. If you press shift, it might actually give you the numbers on how much more damage it makes you do. Oh shit, they changed this and only made it the armor reduction, right? Oh, that was the change, wasn't it? Well, yeah, I mean it's still true that it makes you do more damage. It's just not the same
Yeah.
percentage that it was, right? So you do 13% more damage if you used your E first, right? And the ghoul would hop faster, so you get an extra ghoul auto or two in. Which would also give you conquer stacks that gave you AD. So we're talking like
Mm-hmm.
20% more damage. I mean, it's not like a huge number, right? But it's still correct
Yeah.
to order things. So yeah, definitely
So
want to E first.
EQ, okay. Okay.
And if you did sidestep it, you still could have thrown your E and then with the movement speed walked up to Q him afterwards. So the trade pattern would have looked the same. Like when he uses his abilities, you should definitely still use yours.
Yeah. That like that's crazy that it hits to me, but
Go back. I didn't fully see it or like the clicks or I mean obviously I can't see your POV, but I can still kind of
yeah.
tell. So he's hitting level 3 first. You're still up on this wave. I mean, yeah, you still walk to the side. I don't know. Like, I think their reaction time is just like really slow. That was really dodgeable because like you didn't even place it on your head. You know what I mean? Like you weren't even in the middle of it. You're on like the bottom right of it, right? So if you just click bot right, like you're not actually gonna get hit by that. Like it's not even close. Um, or like you also could have just clicked directly to the side and you wouldn't get hit by it either. But um, yeah, actually, no. Then I'm thinking about it. I think you should click to the right forward. Um, and then you can kill the minion with an auto, and then you should E him and then Q him, and you can look for like a bigger trade. Because he used his EQ, right? So if you click to the right forward, and get that minion kill, and now he has no CDs, like I think you can kind of at least angle for a big trade or maybe even an all-in, depending on
Mm-hmm.
how much damage you end up doing. I'm not really sure how much damage you do from this HP. You should also put like 2 points Q instead of leveling up W if you're fighting immediately on, well, if you're fighting in an advantageous position immediately. If you're fighting in a losing one, I think W's fine to give yourself space.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not from like I've played Yorick a bit, but like I'm not familiar with like the like optimal skill upgrades, like spell upgrades. So yeah, then he gets his passive here. Do you think freezing here is? I mean, the wave's like right here. So
I think while the timer is not particularly bad, the problem with freezing here is that your jungler's pathing away from you. You've just taken a disadvantageous trade, and you don't actually know where their jungler's pathing, right?
mm,
Now, because of the ward that you guys put on his buff that Warwick placed, you can assume he's pathing top. You don't actually know, but we can put two and two together. He's probably pathing up, which is like double bad for you, right? Because
yeah,
you're just gonna be creating a stacked wave on yourself, and you're gonna be diveable.
and
Now, that might not happen to you, but obviously it's solo queue, right? Your enemies aren't always gonna punish you for making mistakes.
yeah. So I miss every CS there. It wasn't even worth it.
Damn, you stay. Ah, you gotta reset. Um, yeah, after that cannon, you're backing under your turret. Like, you can just go to, like, the bot left of your turret and just hit your recall button. You really shouldn't stay.
Mm. I do reset, but it takes a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you should already be dead, right? This Nasus is terrible. But this, this just cause, like, what do you call it? Like, we're not in, like, the same elo bracket, right? So, like,
Yeah,
a jungler sees this and mine, I'm very dead.
yeah,
So you get away with it, but this will reinforce, like, your bad habits because you get away with it. So just recall, right? Even if you're getting away with it, it doesn't mean it's right. Um, so yeah, this is definitely it's really bad. It's very dangerous. And you can't really like play your own lane anymore, right? Because if you walk up again, you're probably just gonna die. And you don't really have enough mana to play your lane either, because Yorick is a pretty like mana heavy champion. Your E and W cost
yeah.
quite a lot.
He plays with no mana. He just plays off his cooldowns.
Yeah. Oh no. Like you would have lost 3 gold worth of range minions if you reset when I said that you definitely should have. But you would have still gotten the XP, right? But now you miss 2 melee minion XP, 3 melee minion gold, and what? So you also missed 2 range minion XP, and all of their gold, right? So you missed a wave. You missed you missed 2/3 of a wave's XP. You missed an entire wave's gold. But you could have only missed a third of a wave's gold and still gotten all the wave's XP, right? Um,
Hmm.
so it's just figuring out, right? It's like even in a situation where you got away, right? Like I'm saying it in quotes. I don't know if you can hear that in my voice, but you got
Yeah.
away with not backing, but you actually just lost more in the process of not recalling, which is why it's wrong to not recall there.
Okay. So yeah. So I had to burn flash and teleport back to lane. Bought Sheen. He's gonna come back with a lot more than I have. But yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think
actually
the
no.
Sheen buy is actually not good because
Really,
of
because I don't have
the
grasp. Yeah.
well, it's not exactly about that. I think it's more about the state that your lane is in, right? I think the optimal buy is to sell your red potion, buy refillables, and go boots and what's it called? The null magic mantle. So your item buys are probably supposed to be conditional most of the time. Like people love to say a lot of really bad advice on the internet, and talk about like core items and you need to rush this and these are the components to rush. That's not really true, right? Because what they're telling you is that you're supposed to build these most of the time. But you got to figure out when you're not supposed to as well, right? And so this is a case where you're down resources a decent amount. You're also down XP. And so the best thing to buy is not offense, it's defense.
Hmm.
Because you're gonna lose the war if you buy more offense no matter what, right? Because if he buys full offensive items, he'll just do more damage than you. And if he buys defensive items, like if he buys Tabby's refillable pot, you're not gonna be able to kill him. And so the best thing for you to do is to hold the L but buy defensive because at least you won't be giving up kills, and kills matter a lot. And you can still get away with CSing enough, right? Um, Now, even though people do make a lot of mistakes in solo queue and everything, I just wouldn't bank on it, right? Like I think you should do what's optimal and what's correct over banking on your opponents being worse than you, right?
Hmm.
Um, so it's definitely more optimal to buy defensive in a situation like this.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Now, what if like he makes a mistake here, which is backing in this bush, and I just cancel it,
That's a good cancel.
and he decides. I mean, he could have just walked up. Like he's still like he doesn't
Yeah.
lose. He still has TP. He doesn't lose much from like me
No, he could
stopping
have
in there.
left.
He literally still leave, but he decides to stay.
Okay.
Ults me.
Yeah, this is a waste of a Mordekaiser ult. Ah, you could have dodged that. If you just walk, like if you click forward right, he doesn't hit that Q. Um,
Okay.
in the ult right. So yeah, I feel like he's not really punished for the mistake he made because you are down that wave of XP. Well, it's like
Still, because I
yeah,
didn't even
because
really.
you didn't catch anything really.
Yeah.
Um, and you didn't even like and you didn't dodge, right? Because if you did dodge, you actually probably would just been able to walk his ass down, not gonna lie. But since you
Mm.
didn't, now you're actually in a really weird spot where it feels like you're supposed to be at an advantage, but you're not really. Because obviously you just TP'd back, he's overstaying, you have a buy, he doesn't, right? So it feels like you're supposed to be at an advantage, but you're not. Um, so yeah, I mean it feels bad, but
Yeah. So I get 6 here. I think I just yeah.
yeah, pop it. This is good. Oh, you should walk forward. Ah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. That was gonna be my next question. Yeah.
So
Alright, here,
yeah,
I'll go back here.
so walk forward when you hit your E's most of the time. Obviously, if you're really low, right? Like most of the time, you are plenty of HP to pop your ult, hit E, walk forward. This guy might not be dead, but man, it's close. Because if you can get him inside of a W, he has no flash, right? Ah, you click, yeah, see, you click backwards. And the other part is if you clicked forward and right, or even sideways, you might have actually dodged the Q, but like we've talked about, it's really hard to dodge Mordekaiser Q while clicking backwards.
Okay.
And even if you don't dodge it, you have put too much distance between you and this Mordekaiser to effectively get a good trade onto him. Um, and that makes no sense because you're the one in
Yeah.
the advantageous position here. So by getting basically you got zoned by a small amount of damage when you would have done more over the larger period of time allotted to you by your long lane and him being slowed and you having a movement speed increase.
Yeah. I think I was too afraid here, definitely. I probably didn't uh I underestimated what I could do here because, like, I'm realizing now, like, he just used ult. He didn't back and buy even with his CS lead, and I have an item advantage over him, plus all this extra damage that I would have. So yeah, I definitely should have played this.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie. I think if you just walk forward there, I'm pretty sure he just dies because you drop a W on him, and I'm pretty sure he's dead. Because you start
Mm,
throwing Qs and you get your conqueror stacked. Yeah, that feels bad. It is what it is. Um,
yeah. This was like when I felt like I could like actually play the lane too, and then I make a I make a terrible mistake coming up in a second.
all right, so right here, he's gonna base TP. This is a mini wave, so I think it's fine to stay. Oh wow, and he cancels back. Yeah. So I mean, you just push this wave and you recall. Um,
Okay. Yeah, because yeah, we're gonna see what.
Yeah, because we know he still has TP, so he's gonna have to miss a percentage of this wave most likely if he oh man, he's eating a lot, but I think your Warwick's not gonna dive him. Yeah, you just have to leave. It is what it is. I guess, I mean, he doesn't
they're
get
they're
punished.
they're begging me to leave, and I just don't like. I put the word down here, and I'm like, in my head, I know they're coming, but like, I just think that I could like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, disaster.
Yeah, so anyway, sorry. I was talking to my dad really quick. So the important things that should be going through your head when stuff like this is going on, right? Um, was because I don't actually think it matters that he's getting ganked on this timer. I don't think it matters at all. Um, so what really matters is, can you kill Mordekaiser by yourself? The answer is no. You're out of mana, even though you're high HP. You need to push a cannon wave on the next wave. He can just recall and TP by that point. Oh, is it not a cannon wave? Wait, did I miscount? Well, I guess I'm bad at
Uh,
counting. Whoops. Huh. Well, staying might actually be a little bit more defensible since it's not a cannon wave. I'm a little... Man, I guess I'm bad at counting. Okay. I mean, it's still not really defensible in my opinion, but it is more defensible because it's not a cannon wave, because you can push it really quickly even without having mana. Um, but the important thing is that you can't kill him by yourself. Your teammate would have to show up. Your jungler's not coming. Your mid laner's not coming. And so you can't really do anything, right? He has TP. He's gonna recall and TP. You can't stop him permanently. And you can't dive him. So you're just kind of out of options, right? You just got to recall. And
yep.
it feels bad because he made a really bad mistake and you didn't properly punish it. So now you want something, but you can't get anything. Um, and the better thing to do is to just walk away,
Yeah.
and that's all
So
right.
yeah, I think like I don't know. The CS difference isn't crazy right now, but like giving him the kill is like makes it unplayable.
Oh, and he gets it. That makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels bad. You gotta go. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like the rotation. We see the Mordekaiser TP going down. Viktor has first move though. I think this is a fine fight to take. The important thing to note is that Mordekaiser has ultimate, so one of us is taking the L here. I think preferably it's oh, they just walk away? Huh. Okay. Oh, never mind. That's great. And your ghouls are pushing the wave, so... Oh, yeah. Your ghouls are still pushing the wave, so you still get the XP and any gold they potentially pick up. Or... Wait, is it only XP on kill anymore? Shit. Yeah, I think you only get the stuff from the ones they kill. So... Oh. No, never mind. It looks like you get all the XP, but you only got the gold from the ones they kill. Alright. Never mind then. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a little bit. So yeah, never mind. Like, the whole situation just, like, diffused because Nasus got low enough that he didn't want to fight it. We take those. That's a big dub. Good rotate. And it resulted in 3 grubs.
Like I do see like all right, I'll go back real quick. Like I do see like the victor's here. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Right, but like I'm playing. I would like
I think
in
you're
order for me to
playing
play,
too far
I'm,
back,
I'm
but...
playing with him. In order for me to play with him, I'd have to. I don't know. I
Well,
guess I could
I
just.
think you can just eat the ult, honestly. Like, looking at this situation, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to eat the Mordekaiser ult. And honestly, if he ults you, I think the Nasus has to walk away, right? Because Viktor has Ignite and Ultimate. If that Nasus eats Viktor's Ignite and Ultimate, he's dead.
Yeah.
Um, Warwick also still has ult, so even if Warwick took the Mordekaiser ult, he wouldn't die. Because he
Yeah.
has Lethal Tempo and Ultimate, so he's fine. Like, honestly, I think if you position more aggressively and actually convince the enemy team to fight you guys, this would have turned into an even better situation than what it was. Because this is still
Yeah.
good for you guys, don't get me wrong, but if Mordekaiser actually ulted you or Warwick, I think it would have been much better because they can't win this. So I guess like looking at it again, like I think you can definitely consider just walking forward because this situation is really good for you guys. Yeah, like I would just run at the TP honestly. Like looking back on it, because you have mid move first, I think just running straight at them is completely fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just. Yeah. Like I don't know why we didn't just walk at him. He can't help. So. Yep. All right.
Yeah. Also, wait, can you go back? What's your XP before you show it to these grubs, if you don't mind, like, hovering on it?
Yeah. So we can see.
Yeah. I do actually
All
want
right.
to see this.
So
So,
I'm
click on
here.
yourself, because you walk away immediately. Yeah. And is it just all grubs? Because obviously he kills the grubs next to you. No.
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
still getting XP. Oh, wow.
That's
Interesting.
busted.
Interesting. Huh. Man. That's pretty cool, actually. I wasn't sure if it still worked like that or not. I only play Yorick because he's really good right now. I'm not actually a Yorick player or anything, so.
Yeah. I haven't played him since the rework.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great time
So,
to play him. He's really good right now. Yeah. Though now you're in this shit ass lane. You haven't built any defensive items. Well, okay, you built brown boots. Those are considered a defensive item in my opinion, though they work both ways, obviously. Um, Yeah, it's just hard, right? Like, he has complete power over the lane. You don't win trades anymore. He has his ults, and you don't even have yours, so you can't really walk up to him. If he hits, like, an E, like, 2 E's on you, you're probably just dead. Like, yeah, because here's number one. Oh, he ulted you. Huh, what a dipshit. You should save your W, by the way, but... because he ults you on the first one. Well, you took a pretty bad path. Yeah.
I
I
think I went that way because the ult was like here,
Yeah, we can't
and
see it. That does make it
yeah,
hard. Um,
yeah,
I think, I mean, the biggest thing is, right, whether or not you can live through that first ult, because I don't really think you can kill you 100 to 0, like super honestly. The more important part is that you need to save your W. Um,
yeah. I yeah. I forgot that the W just disappears when he ults me, and so yeah,
yeah,
no,
because
this is
I
hard.
don't actually think he should ever ult you on his first EQ. I think if he hits 2 on you, he can think about it, especially if he has flash up, because he'll just flash your W, right? Or maybe if he hits 2 on you, he can even spend enough time breaking your W and still kill you. I'm not really sure what the numbers would look like, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, doing it on your first one, there's no way. Even with flash, I genuinely do not believe that there is a way that you die in your in his ult if you just save the W and it's on his first EQ. Obviously, you really want to focus on dodging his E, so you don't have to get into that kind of situation. But um, you still want to stay calm and make sure that you're saving your abilities that you need to.
Yeah. This is just a horror. Like just dying on this wave. It's fucking huge.
Yeah, well, it's about like it's probably one plate. He can go proxy the next wave, and then he can take a free reset. So it's definitely really bad. Yeah. I don't think your game is in an unlosable or like sorry, I don't think your game's unwinnable. But it's no longer winnable by you, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like your team can totally win this game still. And if you show up at team fights and are there for them, and you pull up to objectives, whatever, right? Like it's not gonna look pretty, and you're probably not gonna have a good like KDA and whatnot. But if you try your hardest to not die, um, like you can still win this game, but it's just not gonna be winnable by you, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You should just wait for the melee minion to auto it, because your auto doesn't kill it, right? Because on the last turret shot, your auto didn't kill the range minion without
Yeah.
machine
I
proc.
should also I should just auto it once, right?
No,
Before the
well, you don't gotta do all that, because like the melee minion was gonna hit it before that turret shot hits, right? So you can just wait for the melee minion auto, right? Because you see here, it
yeah.
doesn't kill.
Yeah.
So you use your Q on this one. Yeah, you probably could have autoed it twice if you went immediately, but if you don't go immediately, the melee minion was gonna get his auto off before the turret shot, so you can just wait for that as well. But either work.
Now, this is one thing like this is like a different situation, but like in general, if I'm like
Well, yeah,
walking back, if I'm
you
walking
have a
back,
neutral wave state, and you need to
yeah,
know what to do with it, right?
yeah,
Um, and it's also a cannon wave, which makes it harder because normally, like if it's not a cannon wave, you drop your ult and you push it. Wow, wait. Oh, what a dipshit. He didn't proxy. Yeah, I mean, wow, players are bad. Holy fuck. So
yeah. This is
this is
old
also a
elo.
different situation because normally, in my elo, people would just proxy, um, and then
Not even like
you'd be catching this wave under your turret, right?
yeah,
So it'd be a lot harder for like to find a decision to make. But since it is a neutral wave, I think with your ult you can still push it quick enough before he gets back. Um, and then either find a roam timer, maybe look to proxy the next wave, or see if you can get a recall off, right? Like that's probably what should be going through your head, I think. Um, but because you're playing Yorick, I think if you ult right now and start shoving as fast as possible, I think you can get the wave in before he's back.
hmm
Um, I think on other champs with worse wave clear, probably not. But because you're Yorick, I think it's fine.
okay. But there's no point in slow pushing.
No, well, so um, Yeah, so I can so slow pushing is great. I love slow pushing, but the reason you slow push is if you're even ahead or like slightly behind, and not playing against like a cancer all-in champ that will just fucking murder you if you get anywhere near their turret, or like sorry, on like their side of the lane, they get like Frieza, like Darius or Olaf. Like if they freeze on you, even if you're ahead of them, they still might kill you anyway. Like shit like that. But slow pushing is really good because if you're ahead, even, or slightly behind, because of the extra minions, they don't really get to kill you. You get to get a free crash off and then you get to reset, right? But I think you are too far behind for that to be the case. I think he'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Right? His item's complete. You're down like what is that? 25 CS, and
Yeah.
then you're down 2 kills. So you can hit X right now, but I imagine you're down like 2K because you're also down 3 plates. Uh, wow, I'm
Just
way
under.
off. 1.4K. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad. I'm literally 600 gold off, is what it is. Um, but I think you're just down too much gold. You're down too much XP. I don't think you can slow push. If you were down
Okay.
less gold and XP, I think it'd be fine. But I don't see the point here.
Yeah. So essentially, like, just like get as much resources like gold and XP as I can off this wave. Hopefully, it crashes, and then I'm free to go roam back, or like
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Well,
The option.
you either you roam, you recall, your proxy. You figure out which one you're able to do, but in this situation, it's not all situations that things work out like that, but especially looking at this lane state, looking at the game, you're roaming, you're proxying, or you're recalling. There's not another option. And that's most of the time when you're behind in like an uninteractive lane where you probably just die to the guy if you ever see him 1v1. There's not a lot to do, right? So um, it looks like if you proxied, just like looking at the map where Nasus is at, you probably just die. But you might waste a lot of time. Oh, he's recalling. Never mind. Wait, why doesn't it show up on the minimap in replay? So that's weird. Anyway, um,
Because he just
okay, sure.
yeah.
So yeah, I think drop the ult, hard push. Roam is probably good because Syndra is very vulnerable. Recall's always good because just get the fuck out of there. Um, and then proxy, it's the most conditional one. It's also the easiest one to fuck up, super honestly. But it is a core mechanic of top lane, right? So it is still important to figure out how to do it. Yeah, man, even without your ult, you were actually really close. You couldn't have proxied though because he was with the wave. So proxy wasn't an option, but Roman recall definitely were if you just dropped your ultimate. It actually would have been quite easy, I think, to do either of those. Ah, yeah, I would have waited for your E to consider walking back in there, and then you can take the trade. That actually looked like you could have killed the guy if you waited for your E timer. So, go back. Um, let's call this 11 minutes. So, okay, maybe it's like 11, 10. We'll go 5. All right, so he hits the E. That's not great. You take an isolated Q. You should have when you hit the E, you should have immediately ult Q, right? He uses E. You just ate the Q anyway, but you got your E on him because he was in his Q animation. Ult Q on the spot. No other things to think about there, right? He has armor pen on him, um, and summoning the maiden is good because you're gonna auto cancel anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Um, and it heals you, it gives you conqueror stacks, it does max health damage, which is great. It does like everything you want, right? Um,
Mhm.
and it also will spawn you. I think you had enough graves anyway, but it will spawn you guys immediately.
Yeah.
Um, So even if you didn't have enough graves, it spawns 3. You definitely had 1 grave, so you'll get the max amount of your passive, I'm going to call them gremlins, out to do the max amount of damage, right? Um, and then you should Q immediately because you want the Conqueror stack. He has armor, shred on him. Um, it heals you. Get your Sheen proc in. So it's just like, it's just slow, right? That's my opinion. It's a little slow. Um, and like after you ult Q him, I think then you W him and see if he flashes, right? Um, but the order mattered a lot, I think.
So yeah, right after I hit the E here, ult Q.
Yeah. And then you can drop the W, try and space them out. I think spacing is good. You definitely want to wait for your ECD to really try and trade with him again, and you want your maiden to actually do a lot of the work for you because 2% max health every second is actually a lot of HP. And she's stacking your conqueror, right? So it will, and your ghouls are also stacking your conqueror, right? That's what they're called. I remembered it.
Yeah.
So like your full conqueror, which makes all of them do more damage. Um, and they can do a lot of the work for you while you're waiting for your second E to come up. And then on the second E, um, you can just go for the kill, right? Um, so I think you played it too slow at the start, and then you played it too fast towards the end here, and you weren't thinking enough about your cooldown timers to actually get the kill in.
Hmm. Yeah, I could fucking kill this guy.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
you definitely could.
Look,
But
he's got no W. He takes a tower shot. If I hold
well,
on.
even without the turret shot, it's just about playing it better.
Yeah.
Um, cause you missed a lot of DPS actually. Um, and so and you were also just lower than what you should have been. And he got his passive back up, which he shouldn't get his passive back up if you play it right. So like there's a lot of things that like if you play it better, your conditions just would have been much better to actually punish him and get the kill here because I don't really think he's allowed to do all this. Mordekaiser really should be waiting for his ultimate before he does this. Though if he does have his ultimate, then it's pretty like it's pretty cancer. Obviously you have your W for counterplay, but he has flash up, so
So like right here, should I just keep fighting?
well, it's gonna hit if you click backwards, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
you do to dodge it, right? You gotta click forwards. It looks like top left from because I don't actually see the hitbox. It looks like top left. It could be top right though, because my eyes are not the greatest. But oh, well you didn't have to flash that. You could have just walked to the side.
mm.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
there's this
Um.
one.
Yeah, and then yeah, it was top left. So yeah, if you walked top left of his Q, you would have dodged it, and then you can fit in your Q and well it'd be like auto Q auto and drop your damage on him. He probably would have died. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean even with you misplaying a couple times in that, if you locked in towards the like back half of it, you still probably would have gotten him.
I mean, this is just unfortunate.
It's not a big deal. She's actually kind of an inter for doing this, right? Like, you TP back, you don't miss too much. Like, yes, you do miss. Oh, well, actually, it might not end up being a TP angle from the wave state because of those crash. Um, you might just end up walking back on this wave state, I think, actually looking at it right now. But she misses a lot mid, comparatively. Like, Viktor is actually reaping a lot of rewards right now for her doing that roam, so I don't even think it's that good. The important thing is that, like, with the upcoming waves that you have, right? It's gonna be bouncing to him. Um, he's gonna have ultimate. Uh, and your situation is not great.
Yeah.
But your Warwick is pathing top. So this is a wave state where if I was in comp, I would immediately tell my jungler, I need you on this next wave when I'm alive. Because you need someone to break, because it's going to end up being a freeze because you can't actually push it in, right? Because you're not strong enough to 1v1 the guy. So you need a second body there to push your wave in so you don't die. Um, Actually, it doesn't look like you die in the timeline, so you might just get away with murder, but um, just like looking at your wave state, I can already tell what's going to happen and what
I'm
the
gonna
response from you should be.
I'm gonna TP by the way here.
Yeah, I think the TP is fine because your Warwick's topside. But definitely gotta be telling your jungler, this wave is pushing out. I can't 1v1 this guy. I have no flash. I need you top. Um, because they're... Oh, he just pushes the wave. Oh my god, no! Oh, whatever, man. This guy can go fuck himself. That's so tilting to watch. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. Let's get fucking bailed out.
I tried freezing and then I realized the wave is pretty far.
I also think you can freeze it. Like, what is freezing when, like you lose 1v1 and if his jungler shows up, you're just dead?
Yeah.
Um, like, like this is what I talked about with like the first freeze, right? The first freeze was bad because you're no HP, and we're killable maybe by him, but definitely if the jungler shows up. This is just, it's the same thing. Even though you're at a higher HP, um, the conditions are the same, right? Like, even though you're full HP, if Nasus shows up, you're just dead. Um, so the fact that you're at a higher HP at this point in the game because you're down so much gold and XP doesn't actually change the fact that you're just diveable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So the freeze is quite bad. Also, super honestly, freezing after like 8 to 10 minutes, you're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
The enemy top can just leave and walk mid. Well, so yeah, he did that. Um, so like the enemy top can just leave and walk mid. It forces you to break your freeze because you need to get something in return for what they're getting on the map, and then they can just walk back top, right? And they also got something mid or bot or wherever they went, and your jungle, right? Um, so yeah, freezing after a certain point tends to be not super great, and you also can't hold freezes permanently anymore. So freezing, like objectively, freezing has become less valuable than it used to be. It's not bad to know when to go for them still, um, but they're a lot less punishing than um, like what most people remember when they play League.
Yeah. Well, for me, like especially in the comp games I played, uh fucking enemy top would just freeze in my face. And I literally would have no like I would just have to like just like try and take trades to break it.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
I-
But you're just like straight fighting him. Yeah, okay, good. So, hold up. I'm still like making notes on the last one, but you can go back a little bit and like let it play again and maybe slow it down as well.
yeah.
Um,
I'll just go up to the point where I eat him under tower.
Alright, so 1430. Alright, yeah, nah, that's, I mean, that's
I know there's
crazy.
like I like
So,
yeah.
first things first, right? I think you throw an E. If it hits, you'll, and then you walk. You look to walk up at him. If he tosses his Q as you want to dodge forward. We've been talking about that the entire time. Obviously, we didn't have this conversation before the game, so you didn't know. Is what it is. Um, but yeah, just throw the E. If it hits, ult. Walk forwards, look to dodge to top right or top left, depending on where he places it. Drop your Q on his face, start autoing him down. Like he can't do this. This is crazy. Uh, especially like, yeah, nah, this guy's like dipshit. I don't like the W immediately. Nah, W's bad. Nope, nope,
Okay.
bad W.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't even see that.
All right. So I'm in his ult here, and he missed his EQ.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he just like missed it and you're maiden basically like almost fucking one shot the guy. I mean
Yeah.
that's Yorick gameplay right there. And your ghouls also were still in the like his ultimate, right? Because they don't disappear anymore, so that's why he doesn't actually counter Yorick anymore. Oh, that was also really dodgeable, that Q right there on 445 or 443 I think, but yeah, like we can just watch this in the slow mo. Yeah, he definitely should have already ulted. The W you want to wait till his ultimate. Um, and you also could
Wait.
have queued him
Wait a minute.
or like auto queued him. What?
So have I just been dumb this whole time? I've been holding ult in case if he ults me, my maiden's just not there.
Oh, no, that's not how that works. It follows you into the ult.
Holy fuck. All right. Okay,
Oh,
that's why I
oh
ult
yeah, sure. No, if you didn't know that, I get that. Yeah, no,
I ult
yeah,
after.
yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah, and then yeah, that key right there.
Do I stand a little bit too long there in the passive with his W shield?
Um, I don't know, honestly. I just feel like you gotta dodge that Q. That's so dodgeable. Yeah, and then at that point you gave him too much space. Man, yeah, I think honestly I just wouldn't back up because the thing about Mordekaiser is what makes Mordekaiser like a lot worse, the higher up you go, is that people just kind of dodge your Q.
Yeah.
And so you're just giving him too much space, right? Even though his passive does a lot of damage and it's pretty scary to fight Mordekaiser with passive, if you're dodging his Q, um, the damage just goes down drastically, right? And so um, but the way to dodge his Q is by being close to him because of how the skill
Mhm.
shot is shaped. And so obviously when you give him the space, he's gonna hit it because you can't dodge it anymore. Um,
Mm. I just want to.
yeah, so you should have already ulted and Q'd him. Should have not W'd because if you W him right here, this motherfucker, he's so dead. Um, but it's all right. We learned interactions today. You can
Yeah.
dodge this one, just don't go for the auto, right?
Yeah. Up
And you can
close.
just auto him and Q him right after. And you're close, and that's what makes it so dodgeable, right?
Yeah.
I think that yeah, I probably would have taken space and waited for my E. I see what you're talking about. I probably would have taken a little bit of space and waited for my E. Yeah, I agree. I get what you're saying.
Let me know if you want to keep watching.
I think that's definitely it for the like lane's over. So
Yeah.
that's definitely it for the first game. I think yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, basically, like I kind of get back into the game. I take his full tower on this push, and then this guy he tries to kind of fuck with me, and I end up killing him too. But the game was just like this whole time, fucking Zaya is 6-1, and this guy built static shiv kraken. So once I saw that, I was kind of just like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. This game was probably winnable and everything, but that's not really what like I'm here for either, right? Like you want to get
yeah,
better at laning, so
I want to get leaning. Yeah, that I'm just saying, like even after like I had like a good thing happen here, I was able to take this full tower. This guy tries to fight me, kill him. We still end up losing. So that's I not like if I had a better laning state, then we like it's probably a lot better here.
yeah, it's probably a lot more winnable. At least it's probably a lot more carryable, right? I
Yeah.
think the I guess it would also be more winnable in that sense, but carryability obviously goes up when you're doing well, right? And I think when you're a passenger in solo queue, it can feel quite bad. But that's more of a mental thing than anything that a lot of players have trouble getting over. I'm still working on it myself, obviously. I'm not fucking, I'm not perfect. I get tilted. Um,
Yeah. Um. All right. So then the next game is Renekton Teemo. If we wanna watch a
oh,
little bit of this.
yeah. I mean, this matchup's not. Wow, he didn't go ignite. Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes it way easier. Um, this matchup's like not. Yeah, we can watch it though. This matchup's not super great for you or anything, right? Like, let's be real. Renekton is not only bad against range characters, but he's also not very good against Teemo.
This
The
I'll tell you what.
oh, you play
This
on a
guy wasn't very
laptop.
good. Yeah, I do.
Oh, you use a
Yeah.
mouse though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, it shouldn't be an issue then. I was gonna
Yeah.
say if you don't use a mouse, this game is like probably really fucking difficult. But if you use
Yeah.
a
I don't.
mouse,
I
it's
would
probably not that
never.
big of a deal.
Yeah.
Um.
I when I first started playing this game, I used my mouse to click like the the abilities.
Oh
So just
wow.
yeah, that was like
I
long.
didn't have my
That was a
abilities on quick
long.
cast for a while, so I mean I was there with you, but so yeah, matchup. This is not easy. The biggest thing is that if you can get to level 6 and he is still level 6 and you guys are I don't know, maybe Teemo is like 500 gold ahead, so you know, somewhere in that amount of ballpark, you're fine. Right? The most important thing in Renekton versus Teemo to prioritize is XP. Because if you
Mhm.
lose too much XP, shit gets bad. Also, do you know what the
Yeah.
rune's called that when you kill shit, it gives you HP? It's in the precision tree.
Oh, overgrowth.
No,
Overgrowth.
no. Sorry. When you
Oh,
kill shit, it heals you. If that makes more sense.
overheal. I think is what it's called.
Nah,
Uh,
that's the old one.
yeah.
It's like the
I run it on
purple
Yone.
fucking.
Yeah. Absorb life. That's what it is.
Ah, yeah, there we are. I literally never fucking take it, so I literally forgot what it's called, but yeah, that's definitely it.
Um. All right. Basically, I didn't do any of that bullshit level 1 that I was doing with the Yorick. Just sat here. Team invaded. They got a kill, and then they stayed, and literally like 3 of them died. So yeah.
Yeah, is what it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still like writing out the game plan and everything. Dude.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
you have
Just let
enough
me.
time because Or sorry, like I have enough time because the game still plays out here, but um I think you can't walk up to this wave actually. Like just honestly.
That's what I was thinking. Like most teamos, they'll just like since I sat here, I have no clue where he is, and they'll just sit like right here or in this bush, and if I walk up, he just autos me down.
Yeah,
But
so like here's my advice. Level 1, you either walk into top bushes or you walk into that pixel brush. Pick your poison.
this one
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah. I think it's still called pixel.
I think it. Yeah,
So either you walk in a pixel level 1, because right, that's the only information you can actually guarantee for yourself. Or you try to walk into the middle top brush. I think pixel is actually easier for range matchups because even though playing melee into range, you could gain a greater advantage by standing in the topside bushes. And if they fuck up, maybe even kill them. You are more guaranteed to at least get the bare minimum by standing in pixel, right? Um, like what do you call it? Standing in the top brushes when you're playing melee into range, you're putting yourself in a more dangerous spot with a higher risk but also a greater reward. Standing in pixel, there's a lot less risk, but there's also less reward. So I think right now, with where you're at, I would recommend standing in pixel. I think as you get more comfortable, it's fine to start doing top rushes instead. But the reason is Honor Nectin against ranged champions, especially level 1, you should start E, and you just want to get the first 3 melees of XP guaranteed. You don't even really need to get the gold, though obviously because you start E, you kind of can get at least some of the gold. But yeah, Q start is wrong. Definitely got to start E.
okay.
Um, yeah. You're not even standing. You're not standing in any bush. Yeah, I mean, it just makes it really hard, right? Most of the time, and this is very elo dependent, right? But in my elo, the range top laner would actually probably be in the middle brush here and just kind of look to start autoing you down. Which is why if you're in pixel and you kind of walk up, you can at least still get the first minions and like double E away. Um, why a lot of people like standing in the top brushes is that maybe if the enemy range top face checks, you might be able to go for an all-in depending on your champion. Renekton is not one of them. Um, and if they don't check the bushes, you're getting free XP. You don't even have to leave the bush and get autoed at all. And if you time
Hmm.
it right with their autos, you can also get free gold. Um, but yeah, no, he's just kind of just letting you do. He's kind of just letting you get away with it, honestly. Like you didn't really play this well, but he's playing it way worse. You're not eating a shitload of autos for free. You're just chilling out, getting XP. Not super worried about gold in this matchup. Obviously, gold matters, but you want to get as much as possible. But your HP bar also matters more, right? You don't want to get dove.
Yeah,
Um,
like I know he's sitting here. Like, what's the play here?
you just wait for your QCD. You pick up the stragglers, see what you can get. You don't want to
Okay.
auto them though, because you're gonna take too much damage. Yeah, like the EQ on the wave is good. I think you should probably pick up from looking at that wave like 4 minions. And then yeah, you set on your turret again.
All right. See, I'm waiting for him to blind me, so I don't waste W. And he never did
Um,
it.
yeah, so super honestly, I don't really think you traded this guy like ever, honestly. Or at least try not to, right? Unless like face checking you, right? So, you made it through the first 3 waves. That's great. You're level 3, also great. And you're almost full HP. These are all great things. Um, but go back a little bit, and you can kind of just see how this plays out, right? Without the real ability to all in a range character 1, but it's also teemo, so that matters because he has high MS speed, and his blind is really hard to deal with. Um, if you can't all in him, you are just gonna lose the trade no matter what, right?
Mhm.
Because he will always do more damage to you than you do to him because he's gonna fit in about 2 to 3 autos when you exit the trade. Um, and it's just not going to work out super well for you, right? And if he does blind you on your W timer, it gets way worse, right?
Mhm.
So this is still like, well, shit, your melee just died, man. If he autos this wave at all, this is actually still going to push into you, which is great because like we talked about, you just want XP. Gold is not your biggest priority right now.
Mhm.
Getting XP and not dying are. Um,
That yeah. When
so
I was
you
going into this, that's what I was thinking, and
but looking for aggressive trades is just going to make you diveable. Um, so yeah, you get this XP, you don't get the gold, that's fine. You can queue this one. Ah, okay. Uh, yeah, nah, this is just not it.
he fucking blinded that. Oh my god. I win the
Oh,
trade here.
yeah, he missed the blind.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't really assume that. I think that's a bad assumption to make, right? I think this trade is fundamentally incorrect, right? So,
Okay.
he fucked up. I agree. But that doesn't mean you should go for it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Especially because you could have just queued it max range and kept your distance. Maybe you would eat 1 auto and a blind, but that's not that big of a deal. You have Dorn's shield second wind, and you also just have a high base regen as Renekton. You're also melee champ, right? So you do have second wind. That's great. So I just wouldn't be too worried about it personally, right?
Mhm.
And I think taking the trade is really dangerous because his jungler is pathing up. You didn't know that because much like all the fucking Scream games I've watched, there are no wards in the enemy jungle. I hate that.
Yeah. We, we
Um,
we're fixing that. Well, my team echoes.
yeah, yeah. Well, I
We
probably
are
coach one of the other people on your team actually, I think, but or maybe I coach your coach. I want to say I coach somebody on that, but
our coach is Rolly.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I do coach your coach then. We don't have sessions like this, but I tend to talk to him a decent amount, so um, yeah, yeah, that's funny. Though I also talked about a bunch of other coaches about it, so even if he didn't hear it directly from me, he probably heard it from somebody about I was talking about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a big deal. In solo queue, if you don't know, you just assume, right? He must be pathing
Mhm.
top this game. You'll
Well,
if
actually,
you
no.
get
I knew it. I knew it because he of the whole thing that happened down here,
oh,
like
because
level
the
one.
invade, sure.
Yeah.
Even then, I would just always assume he's definitely pathing up, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Until you find out differently, it's best to make the assumption. You can play it. Yeah, and now because you're fishing really hard for gold, like looking at this, right? Like I can just tell you really want the gold. Um, and you're taking like a little bit of a concerning amount of poke to me. Because the 14 gold that these range creeps give you don't really matter. The cannon secure was definitely worth the auto queue. The range secure was not worth the auto queue, right?
Mhm.
Um, but you're still fairly healthy. Wow, he didn't auto queue you there. What a dipshit. Um, and I think you're doing fine overall, right? Like this is not we'll use like a grade like expression. This is not like an A plus, but I would say it's like a B minus. You
Okay.
haven't like done anything like disgusting, right? So okay, so yo, my bad. C plus. C. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I need to like tell you why it's bad because we kind of already talked about this, but yeah, that's not good.
I should be getting the minions instead of trying to do whatever I was doing there.
Yeah, you just want to try. I think with like just looking at the situation, I think if you EQ with your Fury on top of the wave, one, it heals you, very important in this
Mhm.
matchup, extremely relevant, and two, if you EQ E back, I think you get three of the last hits, maybe two, but that's all right. Um,
No, yeah, like I know, like I should
and
definitely just
then
if I
really
eat
quickly
through.
here, what's your gold at? Because the break point of this matchup is you really want mercs. So you're at 700. That's the
Mhm.
amount of gold that you have because obviously you spent your 500 already. So it looks like with the rate that you're going at, probably two more waves, and then you can recall and TP with Mercs, and if he's still in lane, kind of cooked for him. And you'll also probably be level 6 at that time. So yeah, you're on track to hit the item that you want, which is Mercs. You're not diveable, which is great. You're probably going to dodge the viego gank timer because after 4 minutes 30 seconds, this guy's not going to be topside anymore. It'd be insane if he was. And then Grubs is in at minute 8, and you haven't used Flash or ult yet, so your condition for Grubs fight are also still up. So this game is actually going fine. Um, like, nothing horrible has happened in this game yet, right? So the thing is you just need to think about like the bigger picture at the end of this, right? Is that as Renekton, you gotta fight Grubs, so you really want Flash ult up for Grubs. You don't want to be diveable, especially against ranged top laners, because that's when things get scary. And you really want your boots, right? So no, like none of these, like you're not getting fucked on any of these things, right? You've gotten all your XP. You're gonna be in time for boots. You're gonna be fine for Grubs. Um, so this game is piss chilling, right? I imagine that you make some bad choices, but
Oh, you're gonna see. You're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see what
But
happens.
from this position, you shouldn't feel any pressure. This looks completely fine.
No, this
Um,
is no like when I was playing this, I was like, this is like like you'll see. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
think there are some things that you'll like later. Like this is the worst, I promise, of what happens next.
I mean, I'll be the judge, I guess, but
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you tell me like the things that happen after this, if whether or not they're good or not. Yeah, so there's the
yeah, you didn't get
disaster.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's the
you definitely
disaster.
could have gotten the three. That's all right though. That is a see, now your HP is in danger zone, right? And Viego's in your top side. Man.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, we spot the. I mean, I see
oh,
him.
you're
So
not. I wouldn't click back. There's nothing you can do about this. Is what it is. Um, just focus on getting your XP because his Krugs are already dead. And even if they weren't, you guys don't win the 2v2. So I don't actually think it matters. I don't think you ever walk back there. Um, so this is fine. Your Q is going to be back up in time to get the cannon. He doesn't have Ignite, though if he did, it might be a little scary at this amount of HP to go for this cannon, but with him not having Ignite and the HP you're at, your E was also back up. Yeah, you're chilling. You take, what, 2, 3 autos, but eh. It's fine, because after you catch this wave, um, I think you're going to be pretty close to being able to recall, and you have TP. I just feel like you're not too worried about it. You're taking a lot of minion damage here because you're trying to get these melees. I get it, but it is what it is. You use your CDs too close to the wave crash because you wanted the cannon, and it was correct because the cannon was more gold, and you still got the XP for all of them. Whatever, right? You can't get it all sometimes. Um, okay. If you had Ignite, I think this recall is great. Wait, you've used your pot already, right? Hold up. Have you used your pot? Hit X again. Oh, go back, because you could have sold it. Have you used your pot? You have used your pot. Okay. Yeah. If you had Ignite, this is a great recall. Because he doesn't, I'd try and last one more wave, 2 more waves, see if I can get my
Mhm.
mercs. And refills. God, if you could get mercs and refills, it'd be a great day. But um, yeah, if he did have Ignite, I think this is fine. The back, eh, I don't know. What's that shit called again? Yeah, Negatron. Yeah. So I just don't like it. What are you building with that,
Yep.
right?
No, yeah, exactly. It doesn't go into anything for the rest of the game. So
Yeah,
yeah,
unless you're
I
gonna
could see.
build Abyssal Mask for Vigar Mumu, as your 4th item, I'm not really seeing it, right? And so because of that, eh. You're just slowing down your first item by way too much, right? Slowing down your first item by the 1250 it costs to build mercs is fine because you're getting a very big power spike in the immediate. I think the power spike you get off a Negatron cloak is simply not enough to warrant buying it, because the soonest you can actually build an item off of it is 4 items deep. That's just too much time.
Yeah,
If it was like Hex Shrinker and you could build Maw second or third, okay. Like we're talking, right? Like that's a reasonable window. That maybe it's
do
fine.
I
But
do I ever like if I stay longer and I end up getting gold and I get enough for mercs, but I also can get enough for hex drinker, do I ever go for that or just mercs?
I think mercs are just better. Though I don't know. People argue about this kind of stuff in conversations that I have, right? So like in my opinion, I think mercs are better. In a different top laner's opinion of a similar elo, they might say that Hex Shrinker's better. Um, and that's fine, right? Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I think the reason that I think Mercs is better is boots are a safety item and an aggressive item, right? Tenacity is it like boots work both ways very well. Tenacity is both aggressive and defensive, right? It gets you out of the blind quicker, so you can hit the teemo sooner, but it also gets you out of all the CC on the enemy team quicker, so you can exit or chase, right? The movement speed is really valuable against a ranged champion because it lets you get on top of them easier. It also lets you get away from them easier. You can dodge ganks easier, all this kind of stuff, right? But boots don't actually give you as much stats as a hex shrinker, right? So, um, if this Teemo like fucks up pretty badly and you get into a 1v1 where you're like directly on top of him, the Hex Shrinker is just going to have more value in a full-on all-in. My argument is that's not going to happen if you go Hex Shrinker because Teemo should be smart enough to not just let you on top of him. But that's not always the case, honestly, right? People make plenty of mistakes,
Mhm.
so like there are definitely benefits to both items. And the other part is if you rush Maw, then you do get your first item a lot faster than if you rush Boots, right? Um, so there's merits, right? Um, it just depends on how you want to play the game, I think. I put Nimbus Cloak. There's no way that is what that's called. What the fuck is the little baby called?
Oh, null
Uh,
magic mantle.
yeah, Null Magic. That's what it is. Yeah, I fucking mixed the two. Whoops. So TP
That's interesting.
back.
Did you see
Um,
that?
what?
Swipe back, right? Watch how I get this level up.
What do you mean?
That's
You're in XP range. So the XP range got increased like a while ago. I don't know how much you read the patch notes, but the XP range is actually like really long. Like
right.
you don't actually have to be super close to a minion to get its XP. Um, and the other thing is like with the replay, you might have actually been closer to the minion than what we can see because replay is not exactly perfect.
Right.
So there are like two things, right? The XP range is longer, replays aren't perfect, so I mean,
Probably
could be
could have
one of
got
them.
like the TP probably could have been like a little lagged in the
Yeah,
replay.
yeah.
I probably could have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so, oh, well, he just, wait, do you have your W up? Hold up. You need to, sorry, you don't actually have any of your CDs showcased. I need to, like, see these. Ah,
Okay.
well,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna
Let me.
go ahead and say you don't have your W up because you use it right there, but, yeah, so, we TP. Okay. Yeah, it's a no for me. Um, I get fighting him after the TP. It's logical, right? I don't like the W usage, and if you go back, I just think this is overall really misplayed. You want to ult immediately, right? So,
Yeah.
because your ult like ticks, right? So he actually gives you a pretty decent angle here to E ult on top of him, and kind of just start autoing, right? Um, and you want to wait your second E timer to see which way he's kiting to, so you can make sure to E on top of him. And then if he flashes, you can just flash on top of him, right? But the other thing is you don't want to use your W immediately because you're trying to bait the blind. So
Hmm.
right here, ults, boom. Why do we W, right? He still has blind, so and it's not empowered, so you're not really doing damage, right? Um,
Yeah.
so this is what you got to be thinking about is that you need to burn his flash so you can flash after him, and you need to burn his blind so you can W it. Well, empower W, right? Because that's how you're gonna kill a guy. Is you have to empower W. So your ult, I think, fits both these conditions because the tick damage is enough to make him concerned that, especially when you're stacking all these conqueror stacks between the ticks and the auto attacks, he's gonna need to flash. So it will let you flash after him, and dashing on top of him with your E and dropping ult immediately is going to make him blind you. So both your conditions will be met, um, but instead you just W and you don't ult. This is
I
much
yeah.
worse.
I can't remember why I don't. What I've been doing on Renekton is I'll press W ult so that it cancels the W animation.
If you
Um.
E ult, it'll cancel your ult animation, and then you can just start autoing the guy, which is much better. I don't the like I get what you're talking about, but it's not like applicable here. Um, and the more important thing is to just think about your conditions for this lane. Um, you need empowered W, or else he's not gonna die.
Hmm.
So you just can't use it. And I think using it when he has his blind still up is also quite dangerous, right? Because if he
Hmm.
blinds you, then you're getting no damage, which is really scary because your W is a big CD. Um, so yeah, I think the lane was going really well, and you played it pretty good overall. This is misplayed. This is really bad by him, and this is very easily punishable. Since he did decide to stay within your engage range, but you just gotta sequence it differently.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I waited to ult here. Like it's way. Yeah. It's just really wonky. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, well, because you missed out on a bunch of conquer stacks, you missed out on a bunch of tick damage. you missed out on having a bigger Q range, getting the excess fury that your ult gives you every second. Like you're missing so many resources here, and you actually used or sorry, was it 2 year abilities or 3 year abilities? I didn't actually count, but you used either 2 or 3 of your downgraded abilities, right? Because you didn't have fury when you used the part that consumes it, right?
Hmm.
That is a really bad rate. I think the most optimal sequence here, which also write this down, right, is right, you E1, you ults, you you auto as many times as it'll give you, right?
Yeah.
Um, then you want to E2 empowered. You want to Q while hitting as much as the wave as possible and him um, unempowered. And then you want to W empowered and fit autos in between when you're able.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I'm still trying to
because
get the
getting
combo.
yeah, because getting the armor shred like people don't value armor shred enough. You can like cover on your E right now and see how much it is on this. Yeah, so right now it's 25% armor shred. So you would be doing. It's not exactly 25% by the way. Not the armor shred, but the damage that you do more. But it's close enough, right? So we'll just say you'll be doing 25% more damage to him. That's a really big deal, right?
Hmm.
Um, and so when you have the opportunity, because you're in a long lane, to kind of chase somebody down and to slowly whittle away at them and get out all their abilities, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just like a perspective change, right? There's not like a super, I don't know, like a super big mechanical fuck up or something happening here, right? You just got to think about it differently.
But you agree that like my thinking was he has him back. I got back to lane. I have an item advantage.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Go,
oh, sorry.
going on him is good.
I already said that. I don't know if you heard me or not, but yeah, I think going on him makes complete sense. You got your back.
Okay.
He hasn't recalled. I think this is a mistake. He shouldn't be allowed to do this. You can kill him if you order it right.
Yeah.
Um, like he definitely is fucking up here. I don't understand what he's doing, honestly. I think it's so bad.
I oh nope.
You eat the shroom, which slows you, by the way,
Yeah.
because the minion eats it. Ah, that does feel
And
a little bad, but
I use freaking ult when I have enough fury to use an empowered ability.
yeah, I think I don't know, the bigger thing is just to get any damage off, right? Like you used your ult when he's out of your range already, so you're not even gonna get the damage from it, which feels pretty bad. Oh, but right here, I was wanting to see your W cooldown, because right here, when you kind of click backwards here, okay, your W's not up for a little bit. Ah, yeah, you can't even like flash W him right after the blind. Oh, it just everything feels pretty bad, huh? I mean, yeah, you can still fish here. Oh, he just doesn't blind you. Ah, that motherfucker's dead. Okay. I mean, took really long to get there. I'm also pretty sure he had blind, and he also had flash up. But overall, I mean, yeah, yeah, he
Oh,
blinds
used it there.
here. So
5,
6, 5,
4.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he's just slow. Ah, he's really slow. I mean, it is what it is, right? He misplayed. Um, you still got the kill. It's fine. And it was still correct thinking from you. You just ordered it incorrectly. So overall, this is pretty chill, right? I think the first part of laning phase was like a C plus, right? I think after this TP, this is like an A minus. This is good.
Okay.
I like this.
And then I think I stay a bit too long here.
Yeah, you have no TP, so I don't even know if going for the plate's worth it. Super. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. So this is another this. Wait, was it you I was talking about this or Sarah? Shit, did I tell you about you can get 2 but not 3?
I haven't. I don't think I've heard this before.
Okay, this might have been Sarah. So macro a lot of the times comes down to you can get 2 but not 3, right? So right here, there are 3 things that you should be thinking about: the next wave, the plate, and recalling. So that's your 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can only get 2, right? That's the thinking that probably is supposed to go into something, especially in this situation. Later in the game, maybe you could get all 3 when death timer's really long, whatever, right? But we're talking about laning phase, so it's not going to be that long. He has TP. You can only get 2 of these, right? So the optimal thing to do, in my opinion, is either to get the plate and recall or get the next wave and recall. I think it's better to get the next wave and recall. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if you did plate into recall, I wouldn't be mad. But I would probably say that you should proxy. So,
So
like
just
right here,
just
don't go for the plate. Just go for the wave. Drop a recall. You're completely fine. You're out. Um,
now. What do you think about? I know this is yeah maybe a bit too greedy. I do have demolish. If I proxy this and
yeah, and
then
get the plate
come
as
back and
well.
smack it and then recall.
Um, I think it's just your. I think it's like we call it too much risk, not enough reward. Is generally my thinking on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not. It's not to say that you couldn't, right? But I think that the risk that you would get, right, or just like the risk that you're taking on by kind of doing something like that, if you died, your game is like fucked, right? Um, or maybe not fucked, but it gets a lot harder than what you want it to be, right? And if you only took 2 of the things, right? Because obviously you could get the next wave in plate and just not recall, though I definitely think this is a situation where you need to recall. Um, if you do that, I think that it's not like it's impossible, right? Like you definitely could, right? You're still full HP, you have flash. Um, I do think you could do it, but I think the more important thing is that is it worth it? I think no. In some situations it might be, but I think the real red flag for me is that you don't know where the jungler is.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do actually believe that you see him mid. No? Where the fuck do you see him? He's not on the low? Oh, he's bot? Okay, wait, hold up. Uh, I actually thought he was mid, because that's where the movement was, so I just kind of assumed there was a 2v2 going on. Honestly, um, okay. Well, if he's bot, I think if you immediately go for the next wave, you can maybe fish. Um, for the plate though, actually I think the real thing is that if you go for this next wave like in between the turrets, I think you just go for the next wave and then you recall. um
So
so don't hit the turret. Like, I get you have demolish, it's great to get demolish value. I think you go for this next wave and then you go for the next one. Like,
go here. He's gonna TP and then I'll be chilling somewhere around here.
I actually think if you like immediately walk in between the towers and kill this wave, I'm pretty sure you can actually go around the fat wall and catch the next one. Um,
This one.
yeah, like over like near their base.
Spawn in right here.
It You might not clear the wave fast enough. Obviously, just make the call during the game. You can just track the enemy wave by looking at your wave.
Yep.
So you can definitely figure it out. But I do think you would actually not be in between the turrets. But either way, I think just getting the free back is probably better. Staying for the extra wave can be more worth because you can get a better recall, and you'll still be getting a free back because you're proxying, right? Um,
Yep.
so yeah, I do think since Viego's bot, you could probably go for a double proxy. Yeah, it's nice that he showed. The issue, by the way, with going for anything more than 2 is that he would have left the lane at that point. You don't know if he's coming top or not. Obviously, we have perfect vision because we're omniscient gods when we're reviewing.
Yeah.
So you know that he's not top, but I think if you went for more than 2, you'd probably be a little bit too worried about him being top. It'd just be a little too dangerous. But this is still fine, right? You don't lose too much. Um, and so, I just walk forward. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he dropped the shroom. I think you can just walk forward. Your jungler's here. Nothing to be afraid about. Oh, wow. Well, maybe
Yeah,
that's something to be afraid
yeah,
about, but,
yeah.
um, you could have started trading earlier with him. This is another situation where you went for unempowered W. That's just bad. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll stop doing that.
Yeah, like, unless you're, like, getting a kill, or like, it's a really close, like, it's a really close 1v1, you need to unempower W to get the kill, or like you're in a team fight, you're low, but you want to like do something for your team, and like you unempower W and like leave immediately, like something like that. You know what I mean? But unempowered W is like rarely useful. Um, the only way that it could be like in another situation is like if you're ending a trade and you can still get the W off, but there's nothing else you can do to like continue the trade, then that's probably fine as well.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm trying to learn Renekton, so like that Yorick game. Like I don't know how much I'm gonna play Yorick, but I just wanted to look at it just because of like lane mechanics and stuff like that. But I actually want like Renekton to be like a pick for me. So this is good to know.
Yeah. Um, I think that. Hold up, go back. I wanted to say you could kill that guy because I
Yeah,
like the idea. Well, I think it's correct, right? Because he stays. He's no TP, no flash. They're like
yeah,
this is crazy that he stays, in my opinion. Like he should totally just recall, take the
yeah.
L,
I
drop the
was thinking
shroom,
that.
whatever.
Yeah,
Um, but your ult's up, right? So okay, yeah, it's just like late. So another situation though, you
I could
double
just
E'd as
kill him.
well. You don't have to double E if you're gonna flash. Is number
Yep.
one. And
Yep.
number two, I don't think you flash W because he has blind up. I think you flash empowered E on top of him and start autoing and drop the Q, and you just try and stay in range um, to get your W off. Because I feel like I mean, it can be hard to react to flash W, especially in this. Okay, actually, you know what? I think in this elo you're fine. I think I'd be a lot worried, or like a lot more worried playing against like a teemo one trick who's like, I don't know, like between 600 and 1000 LP. But honestly, flash W is fine.
My problem. I see my problem.
The second E was really bad though. The
Yeah.
E1 I think
Yeah.
is fine, but the second E was pretty
E1.
bad.
I think E1 flash W. I kill him. E1 flash W.
And then like ult
E2.
Q and
Yeah.
everything. But
Yeah. I think I kill him if I don't fucking E2. Yeah.
yeah, cause yeah, you literally missed the exact amount of damage that you're missing. Oh, actually, if you didn't go for that second auto, he's dead. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because
Just
he would have
walking with
died
him.
to your. Yeah, he's just walking out. He would have died to your ult. You were missing ticks there.
Man. Oh.
But still, even in the future, you would have known that it'd be a misplay anyway, right? So.
Comes viego.
Oh,
It's crazy
well,
though.
this is not like scary to you, I don't think. Ah, sequencing. Um, man, you could have killed this guy. So let me
I
see.
know.
I mean, let
I
me see
know.
your CDs at least, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I got
sure
you.
this
Yeah.
guy's like go back, but I don't think this guy's like really allowed to do that because
Oh, I
I'm pretty
gotta
sure you
keep.
had everything up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nah, that's not it. Um,
Yeah.
so I
So there's
think
the one thing I think that scared me was the shroom. That I think that's.
so right here, I
Oh, it
think
goes off. Okay, I can E
yeah,
through him.
yeah.
What am I doing,
So
man? Oh
I
my
think
god.
either you're looking for the E through onto the Teemo, But if you want to keep your situation a 1v1, which I don't think is bad either, he's not level 6, so honestly, even if you do E3 and kill the teemo, I'm not exactly sure he can kill you, but keeping the situation, like, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be level 6 by 840, because I'm pretty sure he's just missed a bunch of camps. So we're just gonna say this guy's actually level 6, because pretty sure he's supposed to be. You want to keep it a
He is
1v1 in most
it's not.
situations then. Yeah, yeah, I mean, he's really close. He's definitely supposed to be. If he was a better jungler, I promise you he'd be level 6. So I think in the situation, right, the sequence is like you auto W, well, empowered, but power W.
I got the I got the empowered on him. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, but you didn't auto. You're missing autos, right? Which is also conquer stacks, which also makes your W do more damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives you like raw AD, which is fucking crazy, by the way. That's like a rune. Um, but yeah, so you W him, but what I'm saying is right. You auto W or well auto and empower W, right? And then you I think go E1, drop an auto. If Teemo walks forward, you E2 and you Q the Teemo for the kill.
Oh,
Um,
god damn it. This is tilting me just watching this. This is a fucking double kill. Oh,
but if Teemo doesn't walk up, then you drop another auto, and I think you would have enough Fury to get your empowered Q. Um, drop the E2 as it fades, depending on where he's kiting, right? Um, and then yeah, just a few more autos and you kill him. Now he has flash and he should have ult, so this guy can totally leave, but you'd be getting a cooldown out of him, right? Because like this is pretty disrespectful what he's doing right now, right? In this game, he'd have to flash. In a game where he's better, he'd just ult away. But it's still super worth, right, to get the most that you can. And he'd also be chunked. Um, so yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. Can't play everything perfect. Obviously, I fuck up all the time, so whatever.
I think I don't know. Like in certain like in a situation like this, I feel like I should just play with confidence, and I wasn't,
Yeah, happens.
and also get the sequencing right.
Wow, he's staying. I mean, he's just baiting you, right? Because his jungler's here. Just don't do something too fucking stupid, right? The stay, it's a little question mark. Viego has gone off. He's definitely level 6 now. If he does 2 camps, he's going to heal basically back to full HP. That's the scary part, right? It's just like a full HP level 6 Viego coming and you're no Fury, no ult, no flash, and you just die, right?
This
Um,
is this is where it gets bad, by the way.
yeah.
Just
So
just
I
that.
just feel like, yeah, I just think you're getting baited, right? Like, be smarter, right? You know your
Yeah,
jungler's bot side. Your jungler also pretty obviously wants to take Drake. Viego can heal. You don't know whether or not he has top camps, but you know he can still heal off the grubs, and the grubs will give him enough XP for a level. You know, cut your losses, right? You should have had a solo kill. You didn't get it. Whatever, right? You can leave. You live another day. It doesn't matter. Warding the grubs, I think he should already be taking them. He's bad, so he's not, but I don't really like that ward. Um, yeah, I mean, you literally see the vision plank go off. I mean, man, yeah. I don't know. You should have backed on that last wave. It is what it is.
I'm yeah.
Ah. Yeah, and your mid laner and your jungler are both on Drake and bot right now.
Hmm.
Oh, the I mean, I'm pretty sure it actually is fucked up the sequencing again, huh?
Again, I used empower. I didn't empower WM.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, it's like I guess we'll just keep it to the base level here, and I don't even have to like be like, oh, you can play this better, whatever. This is just bad. This is just fucking stupid. This is just a extremely bad decision, right? All of your teammates are bot side, you know, because like Summoner's Rift is split in halves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's split in quarters by river for jungle quadrants, right? Your half is not yours, right?
Might have weak sided. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just weak sided, right? Because it's like what do you call it? It's like split, right? Because you don't know where enemy support is, you don't know where enemy mid is, you know where enemy jungle is, but it's top side, right? You know your jungle, mid, and support are all bot side, right? So there could be 4 people top side and 4 people bot side right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means you can do nothing, right? Um, it's probably not a split map because supports in this ELO are fucking dog shit, but right, it could be. Um, and so like alarm, yeah, dude, she's walking bot. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, but alarm bell should be ringing, right? This is very clearly not a safe situation. Um, so even though I'm fairly certain he would have just died here if you sequence everything correctly, I don't actually think it matters, right? I'm not gonna tell you how to play this because I don't think it matters. This is a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that matters way more. That this is just a bad decision.
Yeah. That was like, yeah. I basically just threw the game there.
I mean, you didn't throw, but it's not good, right? Your team got Drake. That's great. Vygar still catches his mid wave. Looks like Amumu's going to get a successful gank onto this Lux. Um, so it's not GG. You know, don't throw in the towel or whatever. But this is a bad choice, and it has bad results, right? But still, it's not the end of the world. It's also not the end of the game because this team's wave state is fucking dog shit. But it definitely feels bad, and it is bad. Um, but I wouldn't say like the game is thrown or something like that, right? Your Draven is struggling way more
Mm-hmm.
than
Yeah.
than this, right? Like Teemo is actually still losing minions here in XP. You have like you have a freeze. You're about to get about to maybe get a solo kill here because your ult's back up, right? You just got mercs. Like you're doing fine, right? It could be better, and honestly, it should be better, and I hope it's better in the future after this review. But whatever, right? Like this is fine. Oh, you let him get the wave in, huh? I don't really think you're supposed to.
Okay. Okay. So I go on him, right?
Yeah,
Just to get
yeah.
him
I
off.
mean, just think about it, right? Your conditions are met, right? You have movement speed. You have a reasonable amount of magic resist at this point as well. Um, you're able to kill him in an all-in because you have your ultimate. Viego's not going to be topside, most likely, even though you don't have wards. The important thing to remember is that he's been topside at this point for 4 minutes. I think he's going bot side, right? Um,
Yeah.
well, we can just check, right? Turn on the lights for like a second here and go back to red vision afterwards. But yeah, he's bot. So, um, even though in theory, um, he could be invading your topside camps because no one's fucking warded it for however goddamn long. Even even if he did, he really should just reset after 4 minutes because nah, there's no way. I refuse to believe. I mean, these people have been really slow at taking camps and everything, but even if he was inside your jungle, I mean, he's supposed to have reset by this point. Like in my head, because especially like Viego farms camps really quickly, so he really isn't supposed to be topside for like such an extended period of time. Um, Obviously, you don't know, and you're going off incomplete information, but with the information that you have, I think it is safe enough to assume he's not here. So I feel like your conditions are met to look for an all-in. And the other part is even if he is here, he's no flash, no ult. I think you have a pretty good chance of living, right? Like I think you probably could walk it off even if he was here. So I think you go for the all in for sure. Um, I don't see an exact reason not to, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, cause like I have what I want. Like I got the freeze. I'm just not using the freeze to my advantage. I should just be like he shouldn't be allowed to walk up here.
Yeah, I think
What's the point of freezing if he's just gonna farm anyways?
yeah, I think you could have thinned it um a little bit more, but it's still fine. Like, I don't know. You don't really need to be a complete perfectionist, right? Um, especially right now, right? Like, if you can just like maintain like a B average in all your games, I am sure that you will climb. Um, well, and that also does include staying mentally intact, even though the opposite side of the map is probably not going super great, right? But
Yeah,
if you can just maintain B average laning and side laning and team fighting and grouping, whatever, right? If you can just stay B average, you will 100% climb, no questions asked. Um, so yeah, even though I do think he could have thinned it a little bit, I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. I think the more important thing is that you should definitely look here.
yeah.
He might not give it to you. You need to be looking for him to be within E1 and then like ult range basically. But if he's
Hmm.
in range that your E1 is going to put you in auto attack range of him, you're going. You're snapping. If he really tries to keep his distance, there's no point. If you have to use 2Es to get to him, you're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
Ah, huh.
Yeah.
Wait,
I just
go back. What did I... Did you use 2Es or was it just one?
I
Sorry.
used to.
Okay, use 2. Ah, it's not a kill then. Is what it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
because now you feel like you should have kept the freeze, and it's like a frustration fight. I feel.
I for whatever reason I just instinctively feel like I always have to use two E's.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely don't. Um,
Yeah.
especially because the empowered version of it is really powerful. Well, you can look here. He's getting really aggressive here, but I'm pretty sure like he's gonna get into your E1 range. So like on that minion, I think instead if you just E1 over the top of it instead of queuing, I'm pretty sure he was gonna be in your range to look for an all in.
I'm doing this because I'm looking here.
Ah, normally I just use my F keys, and I still kind of stay up in my lane. Like, like, okay. I think that might be too much. I think that's fine. You know, we can focus on one thing at a time. I'm not too worried about it.
Ah, I
Yeah.
missed it.
Ah, that's fine, because honestly, I think it's incorrect to go for the Q there. I think you're Eing. Right? He walked up to blind you under your own fucking turret. That's crazy. You can literally kill a guy. You definitely could have went for an all-in on that timer as well. Because he was in range for you to do it. So God, your inventory is fucking ugly, huh? You're gonna be so late on your item. Oh, is what it is. Oh man. I think the TP's fine. I like that you got oracles. That's correct. The control word's fine. I probably wouldn't place it in pixel. I get like you can probably get streams with it and stuff, but I'd probably try and place it in enemy jungle, but that's all right. Yeah, I mean it just gets cleared immediately. Ah, it feels bad, huh? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
just
was
probably
like
wouldn't drop it. Where you did, I think like in the bush, that's like top left of blue buff probably, or
this one.
in yeah, or in your try. Oh yeah, I normally call that the L wall. Yeah, or in your try bush, right? Your try bush is a safe place to drop a control ward. And it's still good vision control to have, right? Um, but yeah, I think either you place really defensive or really aggressive. I think the pixel brush just kind of isn't it. Um, and that goes for like most wards throughout the game, like super honestly, but especially pinks. We're just like letting him hit. Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't like it, right? I mean, you know I don't like it, but
Yeah.
yeah, he just uses blind. You could totally E forward on him. Yeah, you could just E ult on this guy so many times here. We go for it now. Okay, okay, this is good enough. You're autoing too much while you're blinded, though. I think. Yeah, I think if you just like
Walk
step,
forward
yeah,
when
you
he.
just kept walking with him rather than autoing while you're blinded. There, I'm pretty sure he's dead again. And you can just flash after him, right? Um, So yeah, that wasn't that was not a bad attempt for sure. Um, but yeah, you're wasting autos when you just needed to kind of be walking with the guy, letting your ult tick him. And honestly, even if you weren't blinded against champions like Teemo, um, it can be better to yeah. See, like look at the space that you're like losing by with those two autos,
Yeah.
right? You lost so much space.
It's a kill if I just walk.
Yeah,
Dan.
but even if you weren't blinded, right? This is a core mechanic of champions who have like ticks, right? Um, well, shit. Is there another top laner who really does this? There are a few, especially versus range champs. Even top laners who don't have ticks, you might just be waiting for CDs. Sometimes it's just more valuable to walk with them than to auto them because you need your cooldowns to kill him. You're still doing damage to the guy and stacking your conquer while you're, well, keeping your conquer stacked, I guess, at this point because it's already all the way up, right? Um, but the autos are less worth than the space, right? Um, and so I think that's always something to keep in mind um, when you're playing melee tops, right? Or just melee champs in general, right? Space can be really hard for you to get back. And so when you're waiting for your key CDs to come back up to kill this guy, the autos just aren't going to do it. Obviously, you were also blind, so makes it a little worse, but is what it is, right? Um, is what it is. Could be worse, obviously, at the end of the day, so. Why the fuck does this not work occasionally? Whatever, man. Alright. Um, yeah, I mean, it's 15 minutes. Lane's over. I know you probably don't take the turret yet, but
No.
normally lane is over by 10 minutes, but I think in low elo it does go on for a little bit longer. I say 15 is definitely the cutoff though. Cause at this point, lane is definitely supposed to be over, whether or not like you guys are taking your T1, right? Like it just means you guys are playing the game inefficiently, super honestly, right?
Yeah.
Because at least one of the teams should have taken top 2-1. Definitely not both. But there definitely should have been a cross map moment because it actually is probably the enemy team this game, right? They have a ranged top laner playing against a melee. The enemy team has two drakes. They surely should have cross mapped to take your top 2-1 at one point in this game, right? Um, so I'm good on this game. We can look at the third if you want. It's also been a pretty decent chunk of time, so if you don't want to, also chill.
I mean, this is whatever. Yone Scion. Uh,
Was
ended up being a.
Whoa, that's a lot of deaths on the Gallia. Was the lane, I don't know, like,
I played
was
like a fucking
was there like a
donkey.
lot of, okay, we can take a quick peek at least.
My first death actually made me fucking almost throw my mouse. Um, so yeah, like I 100% win this matchup. So I just take Doran's Blade with bone plating. Stand here in case he wants the level 1 proxy. Which is what I do with most champions like Scion or like Singed or anyone who does shit like that. I know he's just gonna sit in the bush.
Oh, huh. Oh, what's he doing? Uh, I think he could have like almost killed the guy right there actually. So with the way Yone works, right, the more attack speed you get, the lower your QCD gets, right? So, like right there when that sign does that, like I talked about with the team just a second ago, right? It's all about space. So, if you go back, like you can like pretty much almost kill the guy because you just need to keep yourself in
Right.
front of him.
Yeah.
And also try and body block him at the like kind of at the same time. You get what I mean? No. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean here, obviously, if he lets you get your Q on him, I mean you can also die here. But if you just go back to like the start, right? Like the way he walks out of this bush, he's fucking trolling. Um, this start is fine, right? You probably don't want to clear out the bush because it's Scion. Don't auto the minion, auto him, right? And keep walking forward, right? You're clicking backwards, but if you auto him and keep walking forward, you know, you auto, you Q, you auto. Actually, maybe your Q wasn't up because if you auto him on the first one, I think you would auto Q, right? Just slowly get into him. You'd have to flash on your second Q, or else he'd probably just die, right? So don't auto the minion, auto him. You can auto twice, get
Mhm.
the Q. You can keep walking with him. You can get another auto off for sure. You can get your Q3, right? Like there is kill potential here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Instead we're here. That feels much worse. I mean you're eating just way too much minion damage, right?
yeah.
Because you're not spacing
Oh,
away enough from his range minions to actually get the benefit of having him fight in your wave, right? Because you had two range minions hitting him, but four are hitting you, so you're not really getting any benefit there. If you spaced further back, um, and kept him more at a distance, it just would go a lot better. Well, he ints for the wave, whatever. That's not really very good for him, but it's also not like horrible.
he shouldn't do that because like he got an early kill on Yone as Scion and he just gives me a kill for free.
No, I
And like
never
I can
think
just sit here.
it's bad, but there are worse things to do, I think. Um, Slow push is correct on this wave. So, The second that you saw him, you kind of broke your slow push and started autoing, then queuing the wave and everything. Don't do that. Oh, no, you did a little bit earlier. Ah, well,
Yeah,
nah, that's not good. Yeah, just slow push. I don't. Yeah, nah, this is horrible. Because he could be
I just get
losing a bunch more resources, right? Like he could have lost the cannon and extra melee
you
and everything. So, um, but now he's gonna get all of it, right?
get all of it.
Yeah. So, slow pushing is just the way that you can still guarantee yourself the most amount of resources and deny them the most without having to do too much, right? You don't gotta kill them. Um, you don't really gotta. I mean, you don't gotta do anything special. You just gotta last hit the enemy minions as late as possible. And he will just lose. He'll just lose a certain amount of minions, right? In my opinion, it's normally like 3 melees, potentially a cannon, depending on what the wave looks like. But he would have definitely lost the cannon in that extra melee there if we were just slow pushing the whole time. So definitely something to keep in mind. This wave state's pretty good for you. Wow, he missed his E. Why are you walking back? Yeah, I don't know. Like you also have E up, right? So the second he misses his E, I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to pop your E and start like you can like auto him Q
I
W,
can just kill.
then like
Yeah, I
keep
could just
walking
kill him.
forward, right? Like I'm pretty sure he's just dead. He can't really just like miss his E like that. Because the slows are a really big deal because it's kind of what stops you from just going on top of him, right? Because if you E before his Q comes out and he hits you with the slow, then you're just like taking a full powered Scion Q, which you don't really want to do on your own. But if he just tosses his E and it misses, there's no real deterrent. Oh, okay, you E too early, right? You don't see the Q come out and you're slowed. You can't just E, right? Um, so just like you should actually like when he walks you like that, right? And you're E'd, just auto him, Q him, right? Drop another auto. Um, you like you can keep this trade alive because you're just waiting for his Q and you actually want to close the space with him so that when he like starts charging his Q, you E and you dodge it.
Yeah, I just got worried about his W damage.
Nah, but
That's
you're not gonna die. He would be
yeah.
the one that would die. Um, well, okay, I think he's gonna die instead, like right now. Why is he here? Oh my god. Oh my god, and he E'd. Oh, surely we're killing him, right? It's on vision. Okay. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no. We're not. Damn.
I think I die. I'm
Oh,
not gonna lie.
don't tell me that.
I think I do. Stay. Should R there.
You want to wait for his ult, I think. Yeah, this is good. I like that. Why are you not autoing him? You want to break his shield so he doesn't get the yeah, and you also walked into his wave. Okay, couple of things, right? Um, right, break his shield so he doesn't get the W off. That's a big deal.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, you don't want to walk into his wave and eat his minion damage. That's also a big deal. Um, and so like this ult is good, well timed, big ups. But why like what are you doing? You let him get a free auto off
Yeah.
on you. You walked into his wave so his minions are hitting you. Like if you just stood still and auto attacked him and used your abilities, I'm pretty sure he's just dead.
I'm just yeah. I think too much about it.
definitely should be slow pushing this, but I already talked about it. It is what it is. Oh, yeah, we're eating a lot of Qs. He's not allowed to do this. Yeah? Whoa! Ult him. What? Oh, we go for it now? No way. Oh, and he just eats it and dies. Wow. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, you just ult him when he charges his Q like that, right? Like, why'd you flash? Just ult. Because
Mm.
it'll go off before he gets the stun. He could still get the damage off, but that's not really a big deal. You aren't going to die. Right? Yeah, because Q's good. Auto. Auto. Drop another Q. Ult. Yeah, nah. That's a
Mm-hmm.
bad flash. And you don't want to angle it towards his turret, right? I think you should just ult like straight to the side, if that makes sense. Because I think if you ult in like angling towards his tower, you might die to turret shots. But if you ult towards where like the banner is, then you're fine, right? Or like I'll just say towards the wall. If you just ult towards the wall, you're not going to be in tower range. You're going to be fine. If you ult towards his turret, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to watch much more of this one because Katarina smurfed it. I go to lane and just fucking TP for whatever reason. Because of whatever's going on down here. TP super late. If I TP here earlier, it's fucking triple kill, but I go and get nothing.
Ah, okay. Yeah, and then your turret gets yeah. Okay. Wow.
Then I just ask Cat to go up top.
I mean, Kaisa walking bot is pretty disgusting. Yeah, 80 carries don't know macro, but I don't really think anyone does in this elo. But yeah, I mean, like your losses that you incurred, I mean, they could have been lessened if your 80 carry just walks top, but then you would have had to lane bot, so that might not be great for Yon either, honestly. Eh. How the fuck did she die? Crazy. Yeah, this isn't really real at this point, right? You're laning mid. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we win the game. Katarina fucking.
I think this guy dies if you just drop the ult on his head, by the way. But yeah, yeah, nice. Oh, we took our E back too early because we were convinced he was dead. Ah, feels bad. Because I know you weren't
What?
actually forced to snap back. You just thought he was dead, right? Oh my god, he still dies. Oh.
Like, what the fuck was he doing?
Oh. Yeah.
What kind of stands here?
Oh, I thought it was recall. What the fuck? Oh,
This is where I'm at.
yeah,
This is where I'm at.
he's just
This
like
is
he's done with it, right? He's just tilted or something. What the fuck was that? Oh,
the state of
wow.
my games.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's funny, but we don't really have to watch the rest of this. That's all right. Um, I'm gonna DM you the notes right now. So how these work is I don't I don't have Discord Nitro or whatever the fucks, and I also think it'd be kind of cancer to send this much text. So it's gonna send you a like a downloadable folder. Don't actually download it. If you just take this and copy paste it into your computer's notes app or like a Google Doc, it'll come up nice and pretty. Or actually, I think you had a Mac. Do Macs have notes? Like a notes app?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that should work.
so
Or a Google Doc.
wait, hold on. I think I hit expand. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, hit expand and copy everything, and then you can just move
Yeah.
it to a different application because Discord doesn't really do it justice. It looks fucking disgusting. Really poorly formatted on Discord, and yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I've got everything.
Yep, should look good. If you rewatch the games with them, you can see your own mistakes. Obviously, I'll also be posting. I'll be posting this